There are certain things that if you're still doing over the age of 50, they're more likely to cause heart attacks and health issues, so it's critical that you stop them now. And I see this at my practice, where people have left it too late and now they're trying to recover from a stroke or beat back cancer, and it's a stark reminder of how vulnerable we become as we age. So to give you the best chance of being energetic and disease-free over 50, in this video I'll show you the nutrients you need to avoid to keep your mind and body healthy, the bad habits that are actually making disease more likely, and then I'll give you a simple, evidence-based system to follow that will help you optimize your health. Let's start with what not to take. First up, iron supplements. Think of iron like a tool. If you have just enough, it builds and strengthens, but too much, it can wreak havoc, like using a sledgehammer to fix a delicate watch. Excess iron can accumulate in your organs, which can cause damage to your liver, heart, and pancreas. Instead of iron supplements, focus on getting your iron from natural food sources unless your doctor specifically recommends supplementation due to a deficiency. Next, calcium supplements. While calcium is essential for bone health, too much from supplementation is like putting too many bricks on a fragile shelf. It can cause kidney stones and cardiovascular issues. Research has shown that excess calcium intake, particularly from supplements, may contribute to calcification of your arteries, so aim to get your calcium from foods such as dairy products, leafy greens, and fish, which can provide calcium along with other beneficial nutrients. Vitamin A and E supplements are next on the list. The US Preventative Services Task Force recommends against using these for the prevention of cardiovascular disease or cancer. It's like using the wrong fuel in your car. Instead of improving performance, it can cause damage. High doses of these vitamins have been associated with increased death rates and can be toxic. Beta-carotene, which is a form of vitamin A, has been linked to an increased risk of lung cancer in smokers. Stick to getting these vitamins from a balanced diet rich in whole fruits and non-starchy vegetables. High-dose vitamin D and B6 is next. More isn't always better, and on this channel I always talk about the dangers of megadosing. High doses of vitamin D can increase the risk of falls and fractures, while excessive vitamin B6 can cause nerve damage. It's like overfilling a water balloon, it just ends in mess. Vitamin D should be taken according to a doctor's advice, typically not exceeding 2,000 international units per day, unless specifically recommended. The next health habit to avoid is overusing anti-inflammatories such as ibuprofen and naproxen. As we get older, we develop aches and pains, and anti-inflammatory medications offer fantastic pain relief, but they're a double-edged sword. They relieve the pain, but they can also cause gastrointestinal bleeding, cardiovascular problems, and kidney damage. So use these medications sparingly or not at all, and if you do use them, make sure that you're always receiving guidance from your healthcare provider. Alcohol is next. The research used to think that a small amount was beneficial, but further research has disproven that it exacerbates kidney disease and increases cancer risk, and it can worsen chronic conditions like hypertension. Alcohol significantly disrupts our sleep and worsens sleep quality, so when my patients in the clinic manage to stop alcohol, they tell me how much more energy they have and they've got a new lease on life. High sugar and high salt diets should be avoided. These diets can contribute to obesity, diabetes, and heart disease. High sodium can raise blood pressure and increase stroke risk. Aim to limit added sugars in your diet and watch out for hidden salt in processed and prepackaged foods. Next is saturated fat. Saturated fat is like adding sludge to your engine oil. It can clog your arteries and increase the risk of heart disease. Limit sources of saturated fat, such as fatty cuts of meat, butter, and full-fat dairy products. Instead, choose healthier fats like those found in fish, nuts, seeds, extra virgin olive oil, and avocados. We know from a massive 2020 Cochrane review involving 15 studies with over 56,000 participants that cutting down on saturated fat reduces heart disease by about 17%. The next thing we must absolutely not do is ignoring sleep issues. Sleep is the body's maintenance period. Ignoring sleep problems is like skipping oil changes. It leads to breakdown and reduced performance. Poor sleep can contribute to cognitive decline, mood disorders, and chronic conditions like diabetes and heart disease. So if you have persistent sleep problems, such as sleep apnea, which is periods of time when you sleep where you don't breathe, your blood pressure skyrockets, and your oxygen levels plummet, consult a health professional and address them. Finally, Polypharmacy, or taking multiple medications. This can be like mixing too many ingredients in a recipe, and the results can be unpredictable and often harmful. This extends to supplements as well. The risks of adverse interactions increases with the number of medications and supplements, but also as we age. As we age, some medications, they start to turn into poisons. So always review your medications and supplements with your healthcare provider and aim to keep your regimen as simple as possible. So in primary care, there's an idea called deprescribing, where as patients get older, we start to remove some of the medications that were beneficial when they were younger, but now not so much. Now let's switch gears onto things that you should definitely do to stay healthy and energetic. And for more detail, there's a link in the pinned comment that takes you to Roadmap, which is a free, full guide on exactly what to do for optimal health. First, a high lean protein diet. Protein is the building blocks of life. It's like the bricks and mortar for maintaining muscle mass and metabolic health. But as we age, our bodies require more protein to support muscle repair and maintenance. So include lean protein sources like chicken, fish, beans, and legumes in your meals. We want to aim for around 1.6 grams of protein intake per kilogram of body weight per day. That's the amount that appears to maximize muscle response to resistance exercise, and that leads us nicely into the second thing that we must do: supervised resistance exercise. Imagine that your muscles are like a bank account. As you age, if you don't make regular deposits through resistance exercise, the balance starts to dwindle. And just like a bank account, the more you withdraw without depositing, the lower your balance gets. Regular resistance exercise is like making constant deposits to keep your muscle account robust and resilient, ensuring that you've got enough strength and stability to enjoy a high quality of life as you age. Resistance exercise also helps to maintain muscle strength and bone density, preventing frailty that often comes with aging. So do incorporate weightlifting, resistance bands, or bodyweight exercises into your routine, ideally at least 2 to 3 times a week. A personal trainer or physical therapist can ensure that you're doing the exercises safely and effectively. Now, I'm not saying that you need to see a personal trainer every day, but it can be quite useful every now and again, just to make sure that the protocol that you're following is robust and right for you. And while resistance exercise is critical, we can't neglect cardio exercise. Your heart is like the engine of a car, and regular cardio keeps it running smoothly, reducing the risk of heart disease. Activities like walking, cycling, swimming, or jogging can improve cardiovascular health, so aim for at least 150 minutes of moderate intensity exercise or up to 60 minutes of high intensity aerobic exercise per week. Next is to include non-starchy vegetables in the diet, particularly leafy greens. These are like the nutrient-dense fuel for your body, providing essential vitamins and minerals and fiber without the extra calories. So aim to fill half your plate with a variety of colorful non-starchy vegetables at each meal. And it's important to remember that per 100 grams, fat has roughly twice the calories compared to protein and carbs. So while fats provide about 9 calories per gram, protein and carbohydrates each provide about 4 calories per gram. So choosing low-calorie, nutrient-dense foods like non-starchy vegetables can help you maintain a healthy weight and balance your diet effectively. Continuing on the theme of diet, we want to include unsaturated fats such as extra virgin olive oil and avocados. These are good fats, like premium oil for your engine. They help to support heart health. Unsaturated fats from food sources like extra virgin olive oil, avocados, nuts, and seeds can improve lipid profiles and reduce inflammation. Use these fats in cooking and salads instead of saturated fats. I've already mentioned vegetables, but now I want to go through whole fruits. These are packed with vitamins and fiber and antioxidants without the added sugars found in processed snacks. Most people should be aiming for at least 2 servings of fruit per day and choose a variety of types and colors. Now, online, there's an unjustified war against fruits due to a misunderstanding of fructose. Fructose in processed fizzy drinks and fruit juices is harmful because it's often consumed in large quantities without the benefits of fiber and nutrients that whole fruits provide. This can lead to spikes in blood sugar levels, increased fat storage, and a higher risk of metabolic diseases. However, whole fruits are different. Whole fruits contain fiber, which slows down absorption, preventing sharp spikes in blood sugar levels that you get from sugary drinks. Moreover, vitamins and minerals and antioxidants from fruit offer protective health effects. Now I want to talk about blood tests, specifically cholesterol blood tests. You want to make sure that you check your Lp(a) once in your life and regularly check your LDL cholesterol and ApoB levels. Most people should aim to have their LDL cholesterol under 60 and ApoB under 50 to 60. Regular testing and maintaining healthy levels through diet, exercise, and medication if needed can significantly reduce your risk of heart disease, and I've done a detailed video about blood cholesterol here. But now let's touch on home blood pressure monitoring. High blood pressure, often known as the silent killer, can go unnoticed for years because it's typically got no symptoms. However, it puts a needless extra strain on our blood vessels and organs, increasing the risk of heart disease, strokes, and kidney damage. Regular monitoring at home allows you to keep track of your blood pressure in a familiar environment, and it helps to ensure that it stays within a healthy range. So what is a healthy range? Well, we want to aim for the top number, or the systolic blood pressure, to be below 120 in your 50s, and maybe we can accept slightly higher readings as we age. But from the groundbreaking SPRINT study, we can see that a systolic blood pressure of 120, it offers significant risk reductions in heart disease compared to higher blood pressures of around 136. So regular monitoring at home can help you and your doctor track changes and adjust treatments as needed. 3 more strategies to go. The next one we'll talk about is to consider getting a DEXA scan. This scan is a diagnostic tool for your bones, measuring bone density and helping to prevent osteoporosis. A DEXA scan can identify bone loss before it leads to fractures, and it provides an opportunity for early intervention and treatment. For women, the recommendations are as follows. From age 50 to 65, consider a DEXA scan if risk factors for osteoporosis are present, and from 65 and older, all women should undergo a DEXA scan. For men, it's slightly different. From age 50 and older, consider a DEXA scan if risk factors are present. So common risk factors involve a previous fracture, smoking, excessive alcohol, liver disease, and certain medications. By getting a DEXA scan, you can take proactive steps to protect your bone health and reduce the risk of fractures and maintain your mobility. The second to last strategy is regular health screenings, especially for cancer, and I go through the latest cancer screening guidelines on the roadmap document linked in the pinned comment. And finally, we want to socialize and engage in cognitively challenging activities. Your brain is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it stays, and social interactions and activities like puzzles, reading, or learning a new skill can help maintain cognitive performance and mental health. So stay connected to your friends and family. Seek out new opportunities to challenge your brain. It's use it or lose it. And if you want to know a step-by-step system to reverse the signs of skin aging, make sure to check out the next video here. And a massive thank you to all of the patrons supporting the channel.